Hello, Roam Mithril here once again, and we're back to the Mega Man 10 Perfect Run series. So, just one last Robot Master to go, and he's looking pretty sharp in the corner up there. But I think it's time to dull those blades. Let's do this! Meanwhile, at the capital of science, we're introduced to new classical canon, though it was largely lifted from Mega Man 9, so it's not all that new. We also have Mazurkas, and they can get pretty annoying on hard mode. They move a lot faster, and at that speed, taking 3 shots each to destroy, that can be troublesome. Ceiling-based Star Spiders, they're not that bad though. Just let them land right in front of you, and then take 2 quick shots. Just be careful you don't accidentally hit the sprinklers by mistake. And in this room that means taking out that Mazurka from ground level. It's just a shame they don't seem to want to give me any free shinies in this stage. Oh well. Here we have Shotom. It's a strange study in bizarre hitbox detection. During his proto-perfect run of this stage, Shagg had, let's call it an interesting experience with one of them. It took a shot at him that, when zoomed in, it was painfully obvious the shot should have gone right over his head, and yet somehow it still counted as hitting him. Definitely check out his video, that was bizarre when that happened. And here we have the Midboss Try Castle. I find it best to really concentrate on the outer towers first. If you watch the central eyes, they'll give you a slight warning as to what's going to attack you next. Once both towers are gone, then the central part's easy pickings. And I still love that surrender flag. So, a quick electric slide, and let's move on. For the jumping spider, you want to go 1 step down. Now this one's not in quite as friendly of a position, but still not too bad. So here we have more of these platforms from earlier. The trouble in this area is they really start spamming the Shotoms. But being slow and cautious, or just going with a curtain of bullet fire in front of you, that'll help you out. More annoying than really threatening at this point. We're almost out of here. Amusingly, on hard mode, they actually replaced the extra life up there with a Met. Come on, I know there's more of you. With that, it's time for Blade Man. His weapon of choice is the Triple Blade. He slices, he dices. You could cut a tin can with him. He has a really easy AI to exploit. Just keep running toward him. Yeah, that's all there is to this. The fight pretty much speaks for itself at this point. Sometimes from the wall he can try and do this dash tackle at you. But for that, all you have to do is run right against the wall. He can't jump straight down. It can be a drawn-out fight, but for the most part, it's just silly once you know how to handle it. It feels weird to know that that's the boss that on my blind run gave me some of the most trouble. But after all that, sweet, easy AI revenge! So with that, we get the Triple Blade. It fires a spread shot of 3 blades, and it fires differently from the ground or from the air. Really, you want to get up close to use it for the most damage. It's a sword. It's a shotgun. It's what all the most stylish Devil Kings are using this season. Right. So with that... Plot. Yeah, another cutscene that I'll provide a link to. Can you just skip this? Oh, yes, you can. Alright. So yes, I'll have a link to that cutscene in my blind run in the description if you want to go see that. But the important thing is, we're done. 8 up, 8 down. This stage, it really didn't give me too much trouble, but there are still some outtakes at least. Enjoy! Yeah, that was bizarre. Watch his Blade Man Proto-Perfect Run to see what I'm talking about. And here we have the Midboss Try Castle. Well, okay, so at least I have one outtake. In this room, that means taking out the Mazurka at ground level. Really? Did I have the same problem as Shagg? I'm going to have to save this outtake just to find out. Nope, that one looks like a valid hit. I'll admit it. Nice shot. So here in challenge mode, just a bit of proof of concept of why you probably don't want to take out the central eyes first on Tri Castle. Getting rid of them also gets rid of the central gate, as well as most of your early warning system as to what's attacking next. It also means there's no longer any warning as to when the discs are about to come in from inside the castle. It is still possible, just a lot more challenging to deal with. So let's take care of the difficulty differences. First up, easy mode. Poor Blade Man doesn't even get to use his real weapon in easy mode. His triple blade has been demoted to a double blade. Thus, essentially, it's the same fight, just easier to dodge. Not only that, but his jumps are a bit slower. So yeah, really there isn't too much to say about this one, because it's pretty easy to keep up with if you can do the normal fight. Sometimes the slower jumps will work against my pattern though, and I'll shoot too early and thus miss a hit, making it take a little longer, but overall, it obviously isn't hard. I mean, it is easy mode for a reason. And then there's hard mode. This one's a little trickier, but still not really all that bad. The main thing of note is that Blade Man's triple blade has been upgraded to a quintuple blade for a smoother shave. He also does have this new ground-based lunging attack, but I can't seem to get him to do it all that frequently. Kind of a shame, because it does manage to be a bit easier to dodge than this. Running away from his wall-based spread shot seems to work a bit easier. But for some reason I can never seem to get this fight to go as smoothly as Pink can. I urge you to go check out her Ms. Perfect run of the Blade Man stage so you can see what I'm talking about. She actually manages to make this fight look rather elegant. this is about as smooth as I can manage it. At this point, really, it's just not losing concentration over the situation. It's a very pattern-based fight, but just a long drawn-out one, since you can only really get one hit on him per pass. Yeah, there's really not much left to say about this one. There we go. So, not too many outtakes on this one. That doesn't exactly bode well for Blademan's rating. As much as I absolutely love his design, and yes, Blademan is my favorite robot master from this group, all I can give the poor guy is a 1 out of 10. This stage just isn't really difficult at all. The only real point of any trouble is Tri Castle, but if you're careful and methodical, I tend to find Tri Castle to be one of the easier mid-bosses in this game. The last room can be annoying due to all the show-toms, but generally, if you just keep up a hail of shots, you'll take them down without any incident. Blademan himself. Wow. Yeah, the first time I fought him back in the blind run, it made me think things were going to be much worse. Then I learned about this strategy from other players. Strangely enough, it seems harder to use his weakness against him. Steering the commando bomb properly is troublesome, especially with Blademan's speed and the need to dodge his blades. The speed moves of Proto Man and Base, they can probably break things even more, as well as the Proto Shield blocking the triple blade, and Base being able to aim at him in ways the other characters can't. Add to all that the fact that the triple blade is probably one of the major go-to weapons of the game, and this tends to seem like quite an advantageous starting point. I love you, Blademan, but I'm afraid it's a 1 out of 10. And with that, the group part of this project has reached its end. So, what's next for each of us? Well, Pink is moving on to something completely different. Now that she essentially has 3 different runs of Mega Man 10 on her channel, she's understandably ready to give it a break for a while and move on to something else. As for Shagg, he's continuing his Proto-Perfect run. There's still unfinished business for him to take care of in Wily's Fortress. It'll be an interesting ride. As for me, well, they're certainly not called Proto Man Killers or Base Killers. It looks like I'll be moving on to perfect running the 3 special stages. However, I'll be going back to a more lax schedule since I'm not in a rush to keep up with Pink and Shagg since that part of the project is done. Rest assured, though, I'll be working on them and hopefully you'll enjoy the end results. So with that, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.